definitely feeling that like vibe today where like even though I like couldn't work on homework, I just kind of want to allow myself to have a day of just doing things that I enjoy. And I feel like some people are very good at like just focusing on like getting things done, but I just feel like, you know what, like I am gonna be on campus tomorrow anyway for other stuff, and so I kind of just want to try to work on stuff tomorrow, and I will probably go on campus early on Saturday because I have Saturday class. So I just want to try to allow myself today to just have like a full on like self care type day and like maybe get some laundry done, but overall just do whatever I want to do. I'm like debating if maybe like if some of the stores I like are open, maybe going there just to go. I know there's been a couple of things I wanted to look at, but I'm like trying to be careful about money, so I like have been very particular about like what things I'm like interested in getting and what things I'm not. And like I also like did just buy like a Kindle book, but it was, I mean, what I love about Kindle books is they're also like so much cheaper. They're only like $9, sometimes $5. It's like way cheaper. So I honestly am probably gonna read that for a little bit while I just chill. I just finished playing the piano for a little bit. But I just chilling. I really just want to allow myself like it is so important to know when it is just time for you to just allow yourself to take a self-care day. And like I know for me, I'm not going to have that time this weekend because I have Saturday class and I'm trying to figure out if I can leave my class early to go to a professional development thing for work. And so I am very much like, well, I got to figure out like all of those aspects of like what is, you know, since I can't have that this weekend, like when can I have it? And I'm like, you know what? Like, work school's closed anyways. And, I haven't heard from the professor yet, but like, I'm gonna just allow myself to have this day to myself. And, like, maybe I will work on some work if I feel like I want to, but overall, like, try to just, like, enjoy the day, do things that I, like, have been putting off, like, doing art, playing the piano, and just reading books for fun just because I have been so like consumed with everything that has been going on in my life. And I had even set the goal for myself that that was not going to happen. And so that is one reason why I'm just like, you know what? Today is my day because I am not going to just, I feel like I know I have friends who like, if they have a day off, they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna like try to catch up on schoolwork. And I'm like, I don't, or like they'll just be reading chapters for like, all day. And I'm like, I can't, like, I gotta admit when it's time for me to take a break. Like, I just can't do that all the time because I mean, it's not like I'm not getting good grades. And it's also like, I have to know my limits. And it's important, like one thing you learn about in like most professions is that like self-care and your mental health are so important. And I think so often we get so caught up in that aspect of like we gotta have everything gotta go right, everything gotta be perfect. And then when we don't feel, then when we get to, you know, when we're doing everything the way we're supposed to, or, we're like just going through life and everything. But then when we're not taking care of ourselves and our water's empty and we get to zero, then we're either really sick because we haven't been taking care of ourselves and our body's finally like I'm done, or either you just emotionally and mentally are so like I can't do this anymore. I mean, I like really just like have had to admit for myself in general, like ever since I started like working, that like it is important for me to try to make sure I'm taking care of myself, because I had one place that I worked at that I had to leave because it was like mentally just draining, and mentally like I finally was like I can't even imagine working there an entire year. And so it's like it's so important to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And don't feel guilty for taking a day off. Don't feel guilty for like if work is closed, allow yourself to use that time to spend time with your kid. Do whatever it is you want to do. I mean, it doesn't have to be about work all the time. And I know for me, like I have really like if I could, I would just go live in a cottage and try to live like a lifestyle that is just totally all about taking care of myself and living more of a home style life, because that would be just gosh, I would love to do that. But right now I'm not in that position to be able to. And but that is like what I feel like would just be so like I just think I would love that. But I just know that for me, it's like being in those type of environments are so common for me, and so just it's such a different place for me. And I have noticed even how much I've changed since I started being in the counseling program, and just like how much some things who that weren't as important to me have become important to me, and just all those little things. And I just really want to really like send that message to you guys today to be taking care of yourself. Don't don't let yourself get to zero. Don't let your cup get empty. Make sure your cup is being filled, and filled with good things, with those things that are healthy for you, and with whatever you are, whatever spirituality you do, if you are spiritual in any sense, like take time for that. Don't just completely, forget about yourself. And because I like hate getting so consumed by my grad program and by work, and like I've had to really like take notice of how much it consumes me to like make sure I am taking care of myself and taking time away from it as much as possible, so that I am making sure to check in with myself, and also not like I don't want to like be that person who like I'm so consumed with everything to the point where I'm just like, oh yeah, like I have those who are those people who I like am supposed to be talking to, like, like cuz my family and my friends, like they're important to me. And I think sometimes I know last semester I felt like I kind of just forgot about them, not on purpose, but like, and I don't mean like for real I forgot about them. I just mean in the sense that like there was just so much going on, and it was just a lot to adjust to, that I just kind of was like not spending as much time with them as I should. Um so anyway, that I'm off my soapbox now. Like my professors like to say, there are soapboxes. And I am going to take time to read a book. And I finally decided to read this book, to start reading this book that I really wanted to read. I like literally have not started it. I like finally decided to buy it. It is called The Cottage Fairy Companion. She also has a YouTube, so I will link her YouTube down below. And her book is, her name is Paula Merrill, I think is how you pronounce it. But she has a YouTube called The Cottage Fairy as well. And I love watching her because she just is so. I really love watching like YouTubers who like do like the more like cottage core lifestyle and vintage lifestyle and that like homestead lifestyle. It just really is like so common for me, and that's ultimately where I would really love to be someday. And so I am going to read. This is what the book looks like. I obviously brought it from my Kindle, but I am going to, it just says like a cottage cord guide to slow living, connecting to nature, and becoming enchanted again. And like she actually did used to be like I think in her some of her videos she talked about how like she was a student and she was like in school and everything, but like, she just realized that it wasn't for her, that like, it was too much for her, like anxiety wise and all of those type of things. And she finally just had to like move on from it. And I, know for me, like that is probably like one thing I am like nervous for about like after I graduate is like work life has definitely been a lot for me. And I, of course want to do like some work things here and there, but like I have definitely like probably one of my favorite things that I have done to try to make money is working at the farmers market. Like those little things, those have been my favorite things versus like doing things like, you know, I like do love my job that I work at now, but I don't, it is stressful sometimes. And so I don't know. But I'm going to read this and I am just kind of waiting to find out if maybe some of the stores are open because I just kind of would love to like make sure to get out a little bit. And so we will see. I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. I'm popping back in. I just wanted to point out something I really love so far that she's talking about is that like she realized that like life isn't all about like work and but also like she says like gosh, just like a whole paragraph right here. I truly believe that a beautiful life can only be cultivated through time and effort. It isn't so much dependent on where you live, but how. The hardest lesson I have ever learned is that happiness isn't a location. For so many years, I dreamed and planned and dreamed some more of my little imaginary cottage in the woods, far away from stress, worry, and unhappiness. But as far as I know, things just don't work that way. In my naivety, I couldn't grasp that you follow yourself everywhere, your problems and fears and burdens. If that is not true, man, I so believe that. Because I have noticed that, like, especially if you are an overthinker, like I am, it is so easy to get so caught up in your anxiety and your thoughts that, like, it goes everywhere with you. I just love her. I love the way she explains that. And I just love how she's like, if there is only one message that I wish to convey in this book, it's that you are your home. Nothing else will feel right until you do. A dream achieved will quickly sour if you are not your best friend. That is so beautiful. I absolutely love that because that's so true about just like your mental health. If you are not taking care of yourself and if you are not listening to what your body and your heart is saying, then you are not doing what is right for you. And you gotta love yourself for who you are and what you know is best for you. And if that means not going to college, if that means, just living in a small cottage, if that means getting a master's, great. Like, but at the end of the day, like, you are the only person who understands you the most. And I think that is so important. Yes, you got your family and
probably some friends who probably do understand you relatively well. But at the same time, you are you. And only you can truly know what's right for you and what you love and what you're passionate about. And I think that is the biggest thing of all.